All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody, depending on where you're from or what time you are watching this. Welcome to the MinecraftEdu After Chat. This is the place where we come and we join our guest moderator for the evening to talk about the events or basically the highlights of tonight's Twitter EdChat. If you're watching this for the first time and you're not quite familiar with what MinecraftEdu Chat is all about, we meet on Twitter using the hashtag MinecraftEdu every single week on Tuesday, with very, very few exceptions. And we talk about educational topics as they relate to Minecraft. Many topics, many opportunities to discuss with your fellow educators, with fellow peers and fellow collaborators, and find unique opportunities to collaborate using Minecraft in a powerful way in the classroom. Now, this week's chat was absolutely fantastic because we were covering a topic that is generally talked about all over the educational ecosystem, and that is the brand new ISTE 2016 Student Standards. And we are joined here today by, of course, my co-founder of MinecraftEdu Chat, Mark Grandel, and we are also joined by Benjamin Kelly. I was about to drop your Twitter handle there, but I'll let you go ahead and do that. It is also in the description down below, so you can get that. Because this is a live stream and a YouTube live stream, please feel free to communicate with us on the YouTube live stream page. We will be checking that, and you can leave comments and get in touch with us through there. But for now, let's go ahead and introduce each other. My name, of course, is Garrett Zimmer. As you can see here, I'm one of the founders of MinecraftEdu Chat, and I won't say anything else except for the fact that I am passionate about education. I work with educators across the globe to help them implement Minecraft in unique and powerful ways, and we are joined here as well by Benjamin Kelly. Benjamin, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you like about Minecraft.
Sure thing, guys. I'm Ben from New Brunswick, Canada. I'm 13 years into my teaching career. I focus on basically anything innovative. In fact, my new job handle that I just scored was Department Head of Innovative Design. So that's the title that I scored just a few days ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I dabble in everything from drones to robotics, VR, Unity, game making. I love game-based learning, and then, of course, Minecraft. And through the Minecraft channels, I became a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. And basically, my experience with Minecraft started off as being, I avoided it for a while because it was a weird, freaky thing out of Sweden. And I wasn't really sure what was going to happen with it. But then the kids would show up every day with books about Minecraft, everything about Minecraft. And as a teacher, you can only avoid something so powerful for so long before you have to dive in. And I dove in head over heels, and I've been happy ever since.
Excellent.
It's awesome. So I have a bunch of kids who are obsessed with Naruto right now. So I might be starting a Naruto chat soon.
That's the next thing.
Manga, right? Let me introduce myself. I'm Mark. I'm a 5th grade teacher from New Jersey, and I've been teaching for 12 years. The past 2 I've been using Minecraft, and I absolutely love it. And I felt this was a brilliant topic. And I mean, nowhere is Minecraft mentioned in the ISTE standards, but I just feel it is, the standards are written for Minecraft and game-based learning in general, and I just think that they just align so nicely. Beautiful topic, and really got me thinking, and how important it is to tie in game-based learning and tie in, Minecraft and education with the standards, as a progression, and just seeing where we need our students to be and what we need to see our students doing. And I think the standards are a brilliant tool for doing that, and really to help, guide our own learning as teachers, and guiding our students' learning as well. So, absolutely. Yeah, great topic. I loved it. I had a great time. And to be honest with you, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the standards just through our chat tonight.
Excellent. Mark, I'll just ask you one quick thing. If you
Sure.
move your microphone just a little bit further away from your face, we're just catching a little bit of feedback. Aside from that, though, every single point bang on. And, you know, it's interesting because Stephen was iterating that point. You were talking about that point. I was bringing that point up. Ben was bringing that point up. Everybody was really bringing up the point. Everybody who is involved in the greater games for learning and games for education environment are really talking about how well aligned the ISTE standards are to both student empowerment, student engagement, and bringing in these diverse ideas that they have, the things that they're passionate about. I think we talked a lot about passion-based learning. And, you know, Minecraft is just, it's one of those unique fits for students that also has, at the back end of it, the collaborative aspects, the creativity aspects. It's everything rolled up into one. So really, really amazing to have this chat. Why don't we start by talking a little bit about what the ISTE standards are for those people who are not yet familiar with the ISTE 2016 student standards. And Mark is going to go ahead and read directly from the ISTE standards.
I have these memorized.
He's got them memorized.
They are memorized. They are not on my screen.
So we'll cover each ISTE standard within the question lineup that we have in the highlights, but let's talk broadly in general. What do the ISTE standards represent to you? What do you feel is their core focus and the core element of learning? If you had to sum it up in maybe one or two sentences, Benjamin.
If I summed it up, I'd put it to you this way. Many times throughout my career, I've been dealing with dinosaur curriculum from our province in Canada. And as a tech teacher, you can't live with, like, other subjects may be able to get away with it, but for technology, you can't live with dinosaur curriculum. So when I sought out new curriculum or new advice, people would always present me with the ISTE standards. Now, at that time, they would have been a little bit aged because I think the last ones were 2007, maybe. It's been a while since they updated. So it was always, instead of saying, oh, try this other province's curriculum, or oh, try this other state's curriculum, it was always, you should check out the ISTE standards. They govern everything. So almost like they were hinting that they superseded the actual curriculum that we were dealing with. So, of course, I dove in to the ISTE standards. They made sense. Like, it wasn't confusing. And you left the first reading of them going, well, yeah, that's the way learning should be. That's what I want my students to know. So this would have been maybe a decade ago that I fell in love with the ISTE standards. I was delighted that this year they were updated. But, you know, I'm not even knocking the old ones. The old ones are still strong and still powerful. So the update was needed, but not at all. You could go back to the old ones and keep trucking, and you do fine. But yeah, that's my impact.
I mean, you know, I think that first standard about empowering learners, I think that kind of sums up all of the standards, right? I mean, the standards are designed to empower students so that they can take ownership of their learning. So maybe my word is ownership. You know, I think it's a perfect sum of the standards. You know, you look at each one about empowering or digital citizenship. I mean, well, I'll just save that for the questions. Ownership's my word.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I mean, you know, the standards for me represent, especially because I come from industry and a background in business, and I do a lot of hiring and a lot of, you know, have done that in my career. And, you know, to me, it's the ideal of what I want. If I'm going to hire somebody out of university, this is what I expect them to have. But if I'm going to hire somebody out of high school, there was never that expectation to have that. It was always one of those things where I have to do all the training. I have to bring them up to speed. I have to teach them how to think on their own, that kind of thing. So it was always a big turnoff for me to say, okay, am I going to be able to hire this student directly out? And I think with the ISTE standards, digital citizenship, knowledge constructor, innovative designer, all these different types of things, and we'll go into them, really represents to me what I require as an employer for each of my employees. And if I can get those out of high school already having those skills and then directly transitioning into university, and I'll tell you, I have a background in university at the board level, and this was one of the big things that we talked about, is the challenge of bringing and training kids to unlearn everything they learned in high school, or the way that they learned in high school, to get them up to speed so we can push them out into industry. And now we're at a point where you know, now kids can get into university with these standards and really feel like they're getting a head start and they're on the right path. And then they can focus on all the other learning that they have to do. So that, to me, is what I absolutely love about the ISTE standards.
And I'll add to that quickly, Garrett, that, you know, through my whole schooling, it was always you must finish your high school, then go to college or university after. There was more. But jobs out of high school now are perfectly reasonable. In fact, they are becoming more popular every day. Like with industries like coding and your cybersecurities. These companies are willing to hire you right out of high school for wicked money. Like we're talking almost six figures. Yeah. If you're ready. And I guess my definition of ready is what the ISTE standards are pushing for. So you're right.
I will say, I mean, I love that point. I think it definitely resounds with, you know, the ISTE standards. But I think, you know, coding is one of those sort of interesting, unique in its own sort of silo right now. As we start to progress and get more coders into the environment and fill up those jobs that are lacking at the moment in hires or in, I guess, recruits, we'll start to see, again, college being that ultimate goal. So, you know, these standards really set students up for success all along the way. That's the point, regardless of where we're coming.
Yeah, if I could just piggyback off of that, I remember sharing an article with my students about a year ago. And in fact, I just found it online. It came out on October 1st, and it's a BBC article on how employers are actually using Minecraft to seek out individuals for cybersecurity positions. And they've actually created they call it the Sphinx with a CY. Sphinx skyscraper where I guess kids can go in and basically almost apply for their jobs by completing tasks in Minecraft. It really neat, really neat. So Minecraft is actually being used as a recruitment tool now.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if this chat message can get put into, if our participants can see it, or if we can just put it in the comments section.
We'll have to put it in either the comments section or in the description afterwards. But I will definitely include that link for that, so you guys can all see that. Let's go right into the actual topic, which is how does Minecraft really fit? And I want to preface this again. I hope that we're not going too long-winded at the beginning here. So I want to preface this by actually running through the 7 standards that we'll be covering, and we'll talk very briefly on each of them. We'll have to keep it brief for everybody tonight, but there are empowered learner, digital citizen, knowledge constructor, innovative designer, computational thinker, creative communicator, and global collaborator. So those are the 7 ISTE standards that we're going to be discussing tonight. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about question 1. How are we developing these empowered learners with tools like Minecraft? And I should read out the standard just for those of you who are watching. So the ISTE standard number 1 is students leverage technology to take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their learning goals informed by the learning sciences. So how does Minecraft fit with that?
Well, first thing I noticed was there's a beautiful connection being made here behind the scenes, and that is this summer in June, ISTE made a partnership with Microsoft. And Microsoft's slogan is, among other things, to empower all. Its mission as a company is to empower every person on Earth, which would include our students in our schools. So the neat partnership there is that Microsoft acquired Minecraft. Microsoft has the slogan to empower all, and ISTE's first standard is to make empowered learners. So it's a nice little connection there between ISTE, Microsoft, and Minecraft. And it's coming together. If there is a vision, if there's someone being the puppeteer behind the scenes, it's coming to get together quite nicely. Minecraft's not going to hurt.
So how does it help? Was there anything in the chat that somebody pointed to or made mention of that really stood out to you as being a true connection between developing empowered learners using Minecraft?
Well, for me personally, what I would like to say is that Minecraft can be used in so many facets of education. It can be used as an assessment tool. It can be used as a summative assessment. It can be used as a formative assessment. Minecraft does away with tests. You know, if I need to assess a child's knowledge, they can literally customize their own learning environment, design a build that represents their learning in a way that is unique to them. Just thinking back to some of my students last year who wanted to show me that they read a book, but they didn't want to do your typical book report, take a quiz. So they created the whole setting of the book in Minecraft with little details, with guys hiding behind bushes in yellow suits. They read Tuck Everlasting. And I mean, that little detail is so important, though, because it was critical to the plot, and that the kids picked that out. And I could have, asked a question, multiple choice essay question, whatever. But they were able to identify that key element in the text, which really led to this whole plot twist, this guy hiding behind a bush, and they included it in their build. That tells me a lot.
Nice.
They understood the text, they understood the plot, and they showed it in their own way. And me as the teacher, I may not have even thought to have included that guy in the scene. I may have represented it completely differently. So it really allows them to take ownership of their learning and express themselves in a way that represents them.
Yeah. We talk often on these MinecraftEdu chats and the after chats about Minecraft really being a language. It's a creative language. It's an artistic language. It can happen in verbal function. It can happen in a creative function, artistic function. It can also happen in writing function. And, students really, I think what is most empowering about it and develops these empowered learners is they're constantly problem solving with Minecraft. If you present them with a problem, you present them with a challenge, you present them with an opportunity to show me, prove to me what you've learned, show me how you've learned it. And, they really go deep into their minds and start thinking about how am I going to show this? But it's, again, as you said, in a way that is so personal to them, that you automatically know as an educator that retention is not going to be an issue, that they will think about it not just from the single-sided angle of hey, what's the test answer, right?
Well, right, and the other thing is you're not going to go back and review a test and be like, oh yeah, but you will go back into your map and you'll see that you did this, and it's going to come back instantly. You're going to remember the text and you're going to remember the plot and the setting because you're reliving it. And it's like, oh yeah, I did this because this happened in the book. So yeah, retention, forget about it. It's way better.
We had a Mark Cheverton tonight also mentioned that, like, with questioning, there's closed questions and there's open questions. And we all know that open questions are better for students learning. Well, there's also closed tasks and open tasks, and Minecraft's open-ended nature is just, it's great to foster that learning, that empowered student making the choices, feeling like they're in control. And he did point out that the open-ended nature of Minecraft speaks to empowered learners.
Absolutely. And for those of you who may be joining us that are not heavily involved in the Minecraft community, again, this is all about ISTE standards on a Minecraft scale, but even broader. There are so many other tools. The fact that you can get involved in a creative and collaborative process is really what drives that ISTE standard. And Minecraft it represents another one of those tools in the toolbox for the teachers.
Yes.
Okay, so how about Q2? So Q2, ISTE Standard 2, is digital citizen, right? And this one, to me, is a no-brainer, but students recognize the rights, responsibilities, and opportunities of living, learning, and working in an interconnected digital world. And they act and model in ways that are safe, legal, and ethical. So Q2 was, why is it vital for students to be good digital citizens, and how can Minecraft help?
The way I look at that is every day you wake up, more of our lives are online. In fact, we're becoming more and more and more online. And even like with Facebook as an example, most of our friendships are virtual at this point. You see your friends a few times a year, but otherwise they're on Facebook, and that's where you get your updates. So someone has to come along and teach this generation. I guess I think of it as Moses and the Ten Commandments. Many of those 10 commandments govern our real lives, out driving around town, living in the real world, but there hasn't been a Moses yet for the online world. There hasn't been a Moses with 10 commandments for the digital citizenship world. And if that comes along, that's wonderful. But if not, it's our job as the teacher to guide these students to figure out what are the 10 commandments or more or less for the online world.
Yes. And I know as a teacher, like when I try to teach my kids, it's not what we should not be doing. It's always what we should be doing.
Right.
And so the standards are broken down into subheadings. The second subheading, B, is about engaging in positive behaviors. And I really love how the standard is framed in a positive way, saying literally with the word positive, because we're always telling kids, don't post pictures of you doing this, and don't do this, and don't do that. And so, all right, kids know what they shouldn't do, but there's another aspect to that. What should they be posting? And I think Minecraft is beautiful. I mean, when I have kids share projects in class and they finish, the class applauds, and what do they say? Future YouTuber. That's what they say. And it's awesome. You know, to them, that's a huge compliment. Future YouTuber. It's what, you know, the old congratulations. And I think about that digital citizenship. These kids have literally created something positive to share about themselves online, something that others can learn from. You know, they're sharing and demonstrating their knowledge in a positive way. So I love that ISTE is focusing on the positive as well. And so this is something that kids can put online that I think leaves a positive footprint, because no matter what you do, you're leaving a footprint, but are you leaving a positive or a negative footprint?
So
Garrett?
I was going to say the ISTE standard number 2 from a digital citizen's perspective. I'll tell you, I know a lot of 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds who are online gaming, and they're doing it in this very negative environment of Call of Duty or a variety of other places. And so, you know, we have our children being taught habits, online habits from the get-go. The interesting phenomenon with Minecraft is we still have that. We still have griefing and people who go on servers and, you know, destroy and break things. But there's far larger of a community that is collaborative, that is communicating in helpful ways. And it's very interesting because we talk about teachers are responsible for teaching this digital citizenship. But what's interesting to me is a lot of kids have learned this digital citizenship through Minecraft, prior to it being on the radar of many educators. And it's amazing when you take those students into the class. One of the greatest stories that I think we can tell in Minecraft is those stories of educators who have set up their Minecraft clubs and collaboratively with the class developed the rules. And it's very interesting how quickly that rule comes out. No griefing, be respectful. All of these things naturally go hand in hand with a child's Minecraft experience. Of course, you know, depending on the respect level and depending on their, you know, personal situation. But again, it reflects a very beautiful bridge for teachers to be able to facilitate the development of digital citizenship. And the fact that Minecraft is global and you can get on a server with people from multiple different countries around the world at the same time and work with communicating in that fashion and learn how it feels to be disparaged, how it feels to be hurt, how it feels to be grieved. All these things really create impactful life lessons for the students. So that's my take on where Minecraft really fits well in developing our next generation of digital citizenships. This is their online world. They already know that it's going to go out everywhere. They already know that what happens on servers, it can either get them kicked out, banned, in trouble, or make them friends. So that's my take on that.
Very true.
Awesome. All right.
All right, Q3 then.
Yep, let's jump into 3. How does Minecraft encourage the creation of meaningful learning experiences by students? And the third standard is knowledge constructor, which is students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. So, Ben, anything stand out for you in Q3?
When I looked at this question, I instantly thought of I focused right away on meaningful learning experiences, and I started digging. Like, what does that really mean? What is a meaningful learning experience? And then I remember that I've read several articles, some by choice, some by force, that have to deal with triggering students' emotions. To trigger a student's emotions to actually enhance and make meaningful learning experiences. Otherwise, it's not a meaningful learning experience unless the emotions are triggered. So I tried to share a few articles about the biology behind that belief. Some educators have that belief, so I tried to support it with an article or two on the actual biology behind it. But that's really where I was led. I was led to the emotional impact of Minecraft, right down to the cheesy music that they use, cheesy calming music that they use. And I really did believe that right down to the music, this game was designed to trigger emotions, whether it was competitiveness, calmness, all over the board. People take different things from Minecraft.
Absolutely. So, I look at it and I go directly to sort of the definition of the standard, or even the heading of the standard, which is knowledge constructor. And giving kids the opportunity or the incentive to really create their own knowledge. Because let's face it, we're in a Google world today. And you can't tell me anything that I can't find out on my own. You can tell me absolutely no fact as an educator. And this is, sorry, it may sound harsh, but this is the bottom line. You cannot tell me anything that I can't go to Google and find out in 10 seconds flat. So we need to start developing ways for students to be able to critically think about the knowledge that they're creating using a variety of resources directly from there. And it's mind-blowing how many times I have seen kids and students go to YouTube videos, multiple YouTube videos, to try and figure out what they want to build, how they want to build it, how they want to construct their knowledge. And that knowledge will sit with them. The first moment I looked at building in Minecraft myself, I went to YouTube videos and I learned how to do it. And I will never forget those early lessons that I did. And I think that's at the heart of this knowledge creator idea, is it's using multiple different areas to be able to create that knowledge, not that verbatim wordage or phrasage. It's the knowledge and the knowledge surrounding it and the experience. So I think Minecraft really lends itself well to that, because students can toy around, they can play, they can iterate, they can design, they can use various different blocks that they want to use where it's very personal to them. And in doing that, they're not only knowledge constructing what they need to learn and what they need to exhibit themselves learning, but they're also providing themselves with a much greater opportunity to retain that, because it's, again, back to what you were saying, Ben, it's emotionally connected to them.
Right.
When you build something that is yours, you own it. And, if you can tie knowledge or even facts into that, the retention is just that much quicker and that much stronger.
Right. And I think that is an important component of that standard. A knowledge constructor, it's active learning. You're engaged and you are active in learning. And it goes beyond just literally building, but taking that role in researching and exploring and understanding. A knowledge constructor, I think, is not someone who just seeks answers, but seeks questions. And I think Minecraft, as the more that you learn, the more questions you have, right? So Minecraft is just a beautiful tool for, as you go on this process of learning and researching and exploring, your knowledge grows and you begin to ask more questions. So you're really just pushing yourself and just, following your own passions and interests. That, to me, that's one thing. As I learn more and more about Minecraft, in general, for educational purposes, but the more I grow as a learner in Minecraft and I begin to understand more and more things, I understand that there are so many more things that I could be doing. So it's just that pursuit of knowledge. It's an active pursuit, and I think that's important.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's hop over to 4. I'll do it. All right. Question 4 is on innovative design. So our question was, how does Minecraft strengthen and support student innovation and design thinking? And the standard reads, students use a variety of technologies with a design process to identify and solve problems by creating new, useful, or imaginative solutions. I mean, that just sounds like it's got Minecraft written all over it right there.
Well,
this was my no-brainer.
I think it was our second or third week of Minecraft Ed that we talked about design thinking. And design thinking is it's one of those unique skills. Yeah, it's one of those unique skills that is required in today's environment. I mean, to work for Google, to work for McDonald's, maybe not so much McDonald's, but I think more and more, all of these different jobs are coming with a level of design thinking that needs to happen. You're always going to be faced with problems. And, this is one big question that I've always asked on interviews is, a behavioral style question of, when have you experienced a major challenge that you've had to overcome in a unique way? This is a common interview question that I think all of us in the older side have faced. This is exactly what this is about to me, is by creating innovative thinkers and innovative designers and students who understand that, part of the design process is about user experience. It's about what is somebody else going to look at it and perceive, because that's as important as how you perceive it, if not more important. And Minecraft, as it is, because it's such a face-forward and open collaborative environment, when you build something on a Minecraft server, when you build something in a world, there's this natural tendency to want to make it perfect, to want to make it different, to want to make it unique and innovative, and share that with the rest of the world. So I think it really establishes itself as an innovative design tool, but one that is so truly innovative because you have so many different options and so many people to share it with.
And I mean, go ahead, Ben.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to mention this is near and dear to my heart because my new title is Department Head of Innovative Design. Yeah. So this is where I have to go to work every day and focus on. This is part of my job now. This really hit home to me when I came back from my trip this summer to Niagara Falls with my little guy, my little 6-year-old, and we sat down at Minecraft together. And normally we'd build stuff in Minecraft. Everything's about construction. Everything was building. Everything was let's make something. And then we decided, let's make Niagara Falls. And for the first time in Minecraft, I actually realized that you could do as much innovative design by destroying things creatively as you could by actually constructing things in the game. So we found a mountain range, and then it was, where do we place the TNT to blow out the horseshoe shape of Niagara Falls? And here's a 6-year-old fully engaged in destruction, but creatively. And that's when I realized that Minecraft is just off the charts when it comes to innovative design possibilities.
I agree with you. I remember working with a student a few months ago, and he was carving out a cavern, and how he so strategically placed his TNT to blast out. It really was an art, Yeah. And I mean, it's not so far off from how demolition is done in the real world. I mean, it was an art how he carved out this cavern. And I just want to piggyback off of what Garrett was saying. Talking about design thinking, talking about innovation. I think the first step towards innovation or design thinking is empathy, is understanding the needs of, maybe it's your audience, who are you building this for? Right. And I think Minecraft really is a great vehicle for teaching and exploring empathy and using it to understand the needs of others. I truly believe that Minecraft is a great tool for teaching empathy. And just looking at these other standards, it's actually quite difficult for me to isolate one standard and talk about one standard, because I feel there's so many things that I want to say that lend themselves to, the global communicator and collaborator or computational thinking. And I'm trying to bite my tongue, because they mesh very well. And in fact, if you look at the actual standards document, they have the standards, in a circle, all linked and connected together. And I think it's very fitting, because you cannot just isolate one standard. It really is. It is a circle, and it all goes together. So
absolutely
want to share that. And again, if you haven't taken a look at the standards, we will post a link to the standards in the comments section for you. Please take a look at them.
Yeah, it definitely is all interconnected, and I think that's the amazing thing. But focusing on standard number 4, realistically, empathy is, just to piggyback on what you're saying, Mark. It is the key. Innovation requires empathy. I mean, innovation for the sake of innovation is not good. Is really not good. It's change for the sake of change, and that's not good. But when you bring empathy into the mix, you find out how to improve things, to make sure that others are experiencing it better, to make sure that you're learning better, all these different things.
Thanks to Mark's, Gareth, thanks to Mark's answer, I just thought of an amazing project for Minecraft, and that is, you guys must have it in the States as well, dream home makeovers, where you have a family who suffers some hardship. So, for instance, you would give each kid a different scenario, a different family, a different type of need, and the kid would design a home or a dwelling for that family, that need. So that could be, I could be going there pretty quick.
Okay,
That's amazing.
It's a great idea. I got to share this with you. So,
well, we are running out of time, so I'm gonna get you to keep it brief.
Okay, this is real brief. So I have this game. It's called The Extraordinaires. And it's a design thinking game. So in it, you get an extraordinaire, and you basically get different cards, and you have to build an object for them. And so my extension to that was build a house or structure for your extraordinaire in Minecraft. Wow. So this is something that I did. It's an awesome project. I mean, you can just do simple build battles, right? Yeah. And, I've been telling the kids I'm the game master. So it's like, design a house for your game master in Minecraft, but it's a great way, because then the kids, they feel like they got to know me in order to build a house. And they put all these things in it that they think I will like they put in a run for my dog.
That's great.
But it's great. Yeah, it's awesome. So as simple as building houses can be such a fun thing for the kids, and really can be a lesson in empathy. All right, I'm good.
I like it. I think both of the ideas are absolutely amazing, and I hate to cut them short, but there's so many beautiful and unique ideas out there. If you have any out there in the audience, please share it via the comments section. Let us know what you guys are working on. Let us know, some of the challenges that you guys are having. We're a vibrant community. You can guarantee if you have a question, we will make sure that it gets out there to the entire broader community for you. Anyway, moving on to question number 5, or ISTE standard number 5, which is computational thinker. Students develop and employ strategies for understanding and solving problems in ways that leverage the power of technological methods to develop and test solutions. So what MCEdu or MinecraftEdu elements really drive the development of computational thinking, logical skills development, and coding skills?
It doesn't matter who's going to go first here, Mark, because we're both going to say redstone right away. So whoever goes.
Command blocks. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, you want to talk about iteration, testing, retesting, because I'm not that great at redstone. I know I got to go through my gates several times before I get it right. So, absolutely redstone. And command blocks, as well. And I mean, I think Raspberry Pi came up, with Piper came up. You talk about coding, you talk about Python. There's the Bitcraft mod for using little bits. There's just so much out there, and I think that we are just getting started. I think there's going to be a whole. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to jump in because I want to take it even a step back from coding. I think the fundamental basis, and I'm a very high-tech individual with programmers in his family, and the fundamental basis of coding is about that logical thinking. It's about, if I do this, then this happens, right? And this logical step-by-step approach to coding is being overtaken by a lot of our new coding development technologies, like Hour of Code. We've got Scratch. We have the new Minecraft mod maker program by ThoughtStem, or Learn to Mod, I should say. And it takes students through this very step-by-step. And I look at it in Minecraft, and I'm thinking about this right now because I was building today, and it's amazing. You can put a block down, a stair, right? A stair block. And there are about 4 or 5 different iterations of stairs. So if you place it on this corner at the top, it's going to come up with an L lip above. If you place it down straight, it's going to come up with an L lip. If you place 2 stairs together, but don't put it at the corner of the stair, it's going to just have 2 stairs kind of flat pieced together. But if you put it at the corner of the stair, it's going to make an L shape off of that greater straight shape. So multiple children around the world today are learning these logical thinking, step-by-step approaches to building and to creating what they want to create, just based on the simple mechanics that Minecraft brings in.
Just by playing. Literally just by playing. Wow.
Just by playing. And this is, these are the fundamentals that a 5-year-old really starts to understand prior to even starting to look at Scratch or coding. And it's those step-by-step computational approaches that I think, these standards are not meant for just high school students. These standards are perfect in the way that they're developed for grade school, pre-K, kindergarten. And really Minecraft to me, in thinking about that, and then as you can scaffold through all of those different sort of logical exercises into things like ComputerCraftEdu, into things like Advanced Redstone, into setting up traps. That's another big thing that really students understand and kids understand. Is my nephew, 5 years old, wanted me to teach him how to make a TNT cannon. And these are the step-by-step approaches that we have to teach them, and they get it. That's what I think Minecraft has such power, and then it can advance to the super high-end. You were sharing a photo out there, or an image out there of people building actual computers. People have built printers in Minecraft.
Yes.
That will print out a rug, a carpet. And just amazing, brilliant stuff that Minecraft's perfection is in the fact that you can come at it from the lowest possible level to the most advanced, insane amount, up to and including developing your own mods and JavaScripting in other mods.
Yep. But you're so right, Garrett. I mean, so simple as, if I want a block to be hovering in the air, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to build on top of it. Now I need to remove the other block. Very, very simple. I mean, I didn't even think about it that way, but you're so right. Just the if-then statements. If I do this, then brilliant. All right. Ben, did you want to add anything?
Just one thing. There are so many times in an hour of playing the game where you stop and say, how am I going to do this? And you may say it under your breath. You may say it quietly in your own head, or you may say it out loud like me, which drives my wife nuts. But I'm constantly sitting here saying, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And if our kids are asking that question, we are doing wonderful things.
And to piggyback off of that, how many times have you done something and you said, this is all wrong. I need to undo it and do it again.
And you do it. It's perseverance.
Right.
It's
growth mindset.
Yeah.
It's design thinking.
It's right there in that standard of computational thinker. Understanding and solving problems, using strategies for understanding and solving problems. And, it's amazing. Now, part of it is also leveraging the power of technological methods to develop and test solutions. And I think we see an inline to that in Minecraft as well, where, a child will want to build a TNT cannon or will want to put in a certain trap. And what do they have to do? They have to go to YouTube. They have to go and they have to research it. They have to think about it. They have to, it doesn't come automatically. It's not simple. It's really not simple to build a DND cannon, let me tell you. But they will figure it out, and they will leverage other people's knowledge and testing and resources to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's rock on with Q6, our final question. And Q6 was covering both the Creative Communicator and Global Collaborator standards. And the Creative Communicator is students communicate clearly and express themselves creatively for a variety of purposes using the platforms, tools, styles, formats, and digital media appropriate to their goals. And students use digital tools to broaden their perspective and enrich their learning by collaborating with others and working effectively in teams, both locally and globally. So we're going to quickly breeze through this. I will say at the beginning that Creative Communicator, Minecraft represents a good, solid tool for creatively communicating in an artistic fashion. Mm-hmm. It can be used. You can write books in it. You can do all of these things on it. But with that one, there are so many other amazing tools that really just fit well into the Minecraft mix, such as, incorporating it with Office Mix, incorporating it with Sway documents, incorporating it with blogs, incorporating it with, sharing on Twitter and social media. That Minecraft becomes that very small piece, but the piece that I think is so intrinsic to developing creative communicators is the fact that kids want to communicate about their Minecraft projects. They want to share it. It is like an unbelievable thing that they want to spread it to the world. And that's probably the most powerful thing to me.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, Mark. With me, two things stood out here. I said it before in the Minecraft chat that I really think one of the highest things you could ever do learning-wise with the students is create your own language. For instance, Minecraft is its own world, and it's really, I'm looking for another word other than pompous, to believe that everyone speaks English in it, everyone speaks Italian in it. So the idea to have the students co-construct their own language would really target that creative communicator avenue. And then Mark and I were talking about global collaboration and the fact that I think one of the future directions MinecraftEdu should take would be allowing these students to actually work from home. For instance, the teacher could open up their own server, and then students even take the learning outside of the building and have that world running 24/7 for kids to go in and work beyond the class schedule, beyond the time. So hopefully that's a cloud issue that Microsoft can roll out in the future and extend the learning.
And I mean, Garrett reprimanded me on this before the chat and said I needed to share this in developing our classroom rules and talking with the children just about how we should be as citizens. I had one girl come in the next day and present me, and I took a picture, and it's somewhere on Twitter, and I'll try to find it on Twitter. If not, I have the digital image. Drew a picture of the skin that she designed in Minecraft, and she drew it nice and large, and she drew all these different mobs in the background, and she had all these positive messages, these things that we talked about, being kind to each other and building strong relationships on this paper, and she came to me, and it was her way of showing that she listened to basically everything I said and internalized it and then expressed it on a sheet of paper, but using, the pixelated drawing, 8-bit drawing of Minecraft. And it was brilliant. And, I hung it up behind my desk, and it's going to be there all year. But, yeah, I didn't even think about it, but she was hitting standard 6. She was being a creative communicator and showing me in her own way that she learned what we were talking about. So, yeah. Really didn't want to share that.
It's interesting because, with that, and I loved that example, and I loved sharing it out there on Twitter because it was so powerful to watch a child prove their knowledge. And if you imagine putting her into a test situation, having just given a discourse or a lecture on digital citizenship, would all of those details have come out in a stressful test situation or a stressful assignment situation?
And
unlikely.
Unlikely. And the other thing is, she came to me and told me that she had worked on it for 2.5 hours. Now, if I had given her a 2.5 hour test or a 2.5-hour homework assignment, would she have done it? Absolutely not. But she wanted to do this. Like nobody made her do it. She did it because she wanted to, because she felt that she was able to express herself in that fashion. So I think it's a great communication tool.
Yeah, it definitely is, because students really, you know, the power of that is the fact that it's owned. Yeah. They own it. They have, even if you had asked her, look, I want you to find some way of showing me what we talked about today. You know, draw me a Minecraft picture, do that. You gave her all the options. She would have chosen the option that she wanted to use and probably would have still come up with it. But because she chose it and she created it and put hard work and energy into it, it means more, ergo it will retain more. So it's just absolutely amazing. So how about from a global collaborator perspective? I mean, we're talking about using tools to collaborate with others and working effectively in teams. I'll hit on one sort of challenge that I think, and justifiably so, that MinecraftEdu has right now, is that challenge of security and safety. Yeah. And it's not so big in the regular Minecraft world because parents make those decisions. But one of the challenges that MinecraftEdu, Minecraft Education Edition, faces right now, that MinecraftEdu, the other version, didn't face, was the opportunity to collaborate with classrooms across the world. So similar to, we've got Skype, classes communicating back and forth. It'd be amazing to have Minecraft worlds communicating back and forth. But I was talking with a teacher the other day, and you know, this came up, you know, the question of, can I collaborate with somebody halfway across the world? And what's interesting, she was talking about digital citizenship primarily. And you know, you can get good effect and good impact in digital citizenship training by putting all the students into one world and having them collaborate together and work together and develop rules, develop a society, a civilization, what have you. But then you get even further, and you don't necessarily need to have other students in other classrooms around the world join you in that particular world. But how about using social media and Twitter and email and forums to communicate your work back and forth to other classrooms? That right there ties in the iterative design process, the user experience design process, the empathy process, and it really draws students in because they're starting to collaborate and communicate with other classrooms around the world on what might be changed. Mm-hmm. The impact to communication skills, huge. And the fact that it's all in Minecraft in a tool that kids know and love means that sharing is easily enough going to,
and they're the experts.
Yeah, and they're going to love it. So that's my kind of take on where Minecraft really hits the nail on the head of developing these global collaborators.
And in a number of standards within ISTE, but also in the Global Collaborator, talks about engaging in issues that are, you know, problem solving both locally and globally. And then, you know, Minecraft has been used on a number of instances. You know, Stephen Reed has done his deforestation. When we talked with Shane Asselstein, he talked about the transportation issue in Hawaii, the Block by Block project for urban planning and planning common spaces. So these are real issues in the world. Joel Mills last week talked about how he uses it for project management at the collegial level. So Minecraft really does allow for this communication. And, you know, part of that standard is also locally. So finding local issues, maybe talking to your students about what problems do they see in their immediate community. What would it look like to solve it? You know, let's problem solve this. Let's talk about it in Minecraft, and then maybe bringing it globally, sharing that work out. And it doesn't necessarily need to be shared in Minecraft, but like Garrett said, through a blog, through social media. Hey, this is what we're doing. Screenshot it, show it. This is how we're trying to fix this problem within our own community. Minecraft it's a cheap but innovative way of problem solving.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think it goes even deeper than that. I'll just tie this one point on it. It goes deeper than the fact that it's cheap, it's easy to use, it's easy to share. I think it goes into the psychology that kids develop using Minecraft. There is it's the entire element of Minecraft to share. That is how Minecraft is. There is not a child out there who works with Minecraft who is not already, once they see and put themselves in a world of Minecraft, in a sharing mentality. Imagine, and I think back to when I was a kid in school, a teacher gave me an assignment and I finished that assignment or finished that test. The only person that I am sharing that with is the teacher. Or my parents if I was asking for help, or siblings. But I'm not anxious to share that to the rest of the world, right? Minecraft, though, gives us this perfect opportunity to get kids and convince kids to share their work and share their learning and share their passion without having to twist their arm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
empowered learners.
Yep.
Yes. That's it. All right. Well,
goes back to my word of the night: ownership.
Ownership.
Exactly. Yeah. That brings us full circle then, right back to empowered learners. And like Mark had said, ISTE standards are all about full circle. It's not just a one-sided, this is going to fit for this particular job or this particular industry, and then this standard will fit for this industry. I think educationally speaking, we're no longer on that paradigm. We've moved into the next elevation. And ISTE standards really represent a perfect way to do that. And I think Minecraft fits in very, very well. So any final thoughts that you guys want to give before we shut her down and see you guys next week?
I'll go ahead and just say it's an absolute pleasure to be in the cutting edge of a Minecraft community with you guys. You run a A+ program every week. I see the list coming up of guest hosts like myself, and it's unbelievable. So hats off to both of you. I know it's hard work because now I've seen behind the curtain, and wow, you guys do an amazing job.
Thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, and you were amazing co-moderator. Really liked working with you, Ben. Hoping to keep in touch. Yeah, it was a good time. I just like to say, not only are there standards for students, there are ISTE standards for teachers as well. Teachers, check them out. Administrators, there are standards for you too. Check them out. Maybe we'll do a chat on them one day.
All right. Well, on behalf of us here at MinecraftEdu Chat and the After Chat, we want to give a big thank you to you, Benjamin, for taking the time out of your own schedule. I know it's about 11 o'clock at night where you are right now, so we'll let you go. But thank you so much for participating and putting in all of this effort on this particular chat. I think it is going to be something that we will see value out of time and time again as these standards outflux into more and more schools, and as more and more schools get on board with MinecraftEdu. You've done a fantastic job. I want to thank you, and I know that the community thanks you as well. If you guys want to give him a big thank you, you can do so on Twitter at BBTNB.
Yeah.
Right? And you can go ahead and reach him on there, or you can reach out to us, and we will make sure to put you in touch with him. At any rate, my name is Garrett Zimmer. I want to say thank you guys very much for joining us in this. Next week on MinecraftEdu Chat, we are going to be...
We're not sure yet. We're in limbo.
We're next week. But the following week actually is one that I do want to bring you guys up to speed on, because it is such an important one. We have had these guests on our chat a long time ago, and we are excited to bring them back. It is Craig Smith and Heath Wild from Australia, talking again about using Minecraft to support special needs students. It's an area of focus that is close to my heart. I think it is it was an amazingly brilliant chat the last time, and it will be even more brilliant because I know they've developed even more resources and had more impact in their classroom now over the last 6 months or so. So be excited for that. Please do. We are trying to grow the MinecraftEdu community as big as possible. available. So please, if you have educators that you know, peers who are on the fence about Minecraft or just looking to get a little insight into it, have them come to the MinecraftEdu chats, or at least follow us here on Twitter. And we would be happy to have them engaged. The more voice, the more opportunity to learn together and grow together. So hopefully we will see you all next week on MinecraftEdu Chat. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you. Good night.